Ladies and gentlemen, I'm welcoming you in to another episode of Coach E Game for All Seasons, brought to you by Perfect Time Fitness with your boy Coach E, local neighborhood high school track coach, local neighborhood high school basketball coach, local neighborhood high school football coach, strength coach for the Twinsburg football program. Also, most importantly, co-CEO El Presidente at Perfect Time Fitness and Meal Prep head trainer at Perfect Time Fitness. Ladies and gentlemen, we are so close to this day. It's ridiculous. I can smell it. It will be Saturday, April 12th at 6:30 p.m. Bedford Heights Community Center, 5615 Perkins Road, Bedford Heights, Ohio. We are in the house with the 5-year anniversary of this podcast. So come on out, kick it with us. We got drinks, we got food. Miss Sharon cooking. She already told me what's on the menu. You think I'm gonna tell you? No, you gotta get there and see what you're gonna eat. And trust me, you're gonna eat it. Cause I'm gonna eat it. Pause.
That wasn't possible. That's okay.
No, that was possible.
Definitely plausible.
That was definitely
So y'all need to go ahead get in the building. Like I said, the doors will open at 6:30. We need to see you at 6:32. Get your seat. Get ready to go. We need crowd participation. We need some back and forth banter, or we'll just force it up at you. It's all right. Oh, that was another pause. Well, I got to get this out the way. You can email the show at gameforallseasons at gmail.com. You can watch this show on Coach E Game for All Seasons YouTube channel. You can also download wherever you get your podcast from. Thank you very much for doing all three of those. With that being said, the two assistant coaches that are with me for these 5 years, we got LA Crip Zen back in the building. West Side.
Free Big U. All right. Look. I'm trying to wait, man. Dang, I done forgot my I'm gonna tease my take. We brought in the lefty out of the bullpen. We got replacement Rick on tonight. So I might not get this in, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this in now. So the men's final four had 4 number 1 seeds. That means that was the 4 best teams that college basketball had to offer. And I ain't going to even front, E. I was not impressed. Was that a good Stephen A impression? That's what I was not impressed at all. None whatsoever. But we're going to get to that. But yeah, that's what I'm going to say. But what's good, fellas?
April 12th. That's what's good. Shoot. Yeah. On the right hand side, we got Beanie Baby B. What's up, Beanie Baby B?
What up, E Scurry? For I tell these good fine people, look, you know why I'm wearing this Cavaliers number 1 seed in the East going to the ship. But but you know what? I got a question for y'all because I had an interesting concept. Real quick, we ain't got to spend a bunch of time. So, Gil Arenas has mentioned back in the 80s that one Michael Jordan was politicking to get one Larry Bird. The Celtics and the Bulls was talking about a potential trade. He even offered a pay cut, word has it. So that led to a discussion between me and my brother CJ. And I was like, well, if you get Bird over there, where does that leave Pippen? And then if you trade Pippen for Bird, could they still be the Chicago Bulls? Or if you get rid of Horace Grant or Dennis Rodman, those other key pieces, can they still be the dominant Bulls that they were? I'm just curious around the room real quick. What do y'all think? I think Pippen and the defense was more valuable than Bird in the offense, me personally. What y'all think?
Yeah.
I think
Pippen was too crucial.
I think the Bulls wouldn't have been the Bulls without Bill Cartwright.
No, man. He's been drinking early.
Okay. Because I'm like, man, how is it 2025 and nobody has ever said that story? That's my first time hearing this story. Feels like they just made something up out of the blue, man. It's just like, nah.
Hey, man,
Ain't no way in the world the Boston Celtics thought that highly of Scottie Pippen that is like, yeah, let's make that trade, bring in the franchise most beloved player in, ship him out for this dude. Like, nah, I can't see it happening. So I can't entertain it, B. I can't even entertain it.
They just discovered 2 mile long or 2,000 foot pillars up under the pyramids. Anything is possible. You can hear new news all the time. So
And that's
this
where they
new
found
news,
them Jordan burnt tapes too. When he got swept by the
right?
Magic, all them old all
All
them
them
things they
old
trying to get
tapes.
rid of with Jordan. They
Yeah,
was
You
all
talk
in the
about
same
that.
box.
Look, I'm not
that
even
stat
going.
pad and
It's
stories
funny that
coming out too.
if that's the
Come
damning
on,
evidence
man.
against Michael Jordan and when he got swept by the Magic after being a year and a half away from the game, like okay, I'm cool with that. Then if that's your damning
So you
evidence,
can't
then
even give a hypothetical.
I
I
can't even
think
get that
that's your answer. You would
hypothetical
love to
thought,
see
even a thought,
Scottie Pippen.
because nothing like that was done back then. So you telling me all of a sudden that's what's gonna happen now? Like two of the top 3 players in the game at that time
I
going
mean, you
gonna
never
join,
know.
they
And
gonna
they
bring it
didn't say it
together.
was for Scottie Pippen. I'm just thinking hypothetically speaking. Hypothetically, if it would have happened. I don't think the Bulls would have been the Bulls. Me personally, I think the defense would have did it. But we got your answer. But it's not your boy, but your favorite grown ass man, Mr. Taboo Timmons. And I was curious, so I had to ask the question. Go Cavs, 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 Cavs.
You know,
Number
because
one in the East.
you start bringing up stuff like that, then you're gonna start making me argue that Tim Duncan is the real go to basketball. See, then you're gonna start doing
There
stuff
you
like
go.
that. So nah.
It was on that
Hey.
cane that day. It was wild. Him and Oates sharing pipes.
You, you see, they ain't traded Bill Cartwright. And in the middle of the left and the right hand side is the lucky lefty that Zen was just talking about earlier, Maverick, live from the DF Dub. What up, Maverick?
What's happening? What's happening? Put me in, coach. Doing all right, man. It's a little wild down here in the D, man. We had a situation where 2 young men got into a skirmish at a track meet, and one young man killed the other one. Man, it's
Stabbed him in the
kind of
heart.
yeah. I
Oh
just
my
left my
goodness.
son's track meet, and it was a lot of extra security around there, and it just got me thinking like. We always after the fact, it's something
Yeah.
happening, and it's that overreaction and stuff like that, like that. I think that was kind of a one off, but I've heard some stories from Coach E about how wild it's gotten up there in Cleveland. Just
Sure.
seeing if the atmosphere, if it's just a Dallas thing or is it a everywhere around the nation thing.
Well, Rick, that's crazy that you just said that because just this Saturday afternoon, lost another one of my former track guys, man.
Man,
Wow. That's crazy that you just said that.
But something about Dallas, boy, because just a couple years ago we was just talking about Akeem Talib and his brother getting down with
yeah.
the coach at the youth game. So like, yeah, it's something about, I don't know, man. It might be going on around the rest of the world, but they just seem to be reporting it when it come out of Dallas though, or something, man.
Yeah,
Because
it's the Wild West around here, man. People packing, it's wild around here.
Got to be on your best chill behavior, boy.
Yeah, man.
So with us just bringing up the 12th and what it's going to be, Maverick will be flying up here and joining us up there on that stage, entertaining y'all people, giving y'all the best show that y'all want to see. So I
Yes.
begged this question. Me and Rick had a conversation the other day, and he said the first thing he is going to do when he get off the plane is what you say, sir?
Going to Slimans. I mean, I'm off the plane. Hey, Ma. Hey, Dad. We going up 77.
And for y'all that don't know, Slimans is the best corned beef in Cleveland, voted for and for years. So
Is it?
everybody in Cleveland know that spot.
I was just about to say.
I was just about to say.
People
Is it?
here.
Yeah.
more touristy
Yeah,
nowadays, man.
I was about
Hey.
to say it, but you jumped in. I said some people think it's the best in Cleveland. It's just the most popular. Let's just say that the most popular corned beef place in Cleveland. So my question is, from that conversation we had, whatever city y'all go to frequently, what is the first food stop when y'all get in that city? When you touch down, what you looking for? B, what you got? What's your city and what's your stop?
Oh man, you want to start with the fat man first? That's all right. I'm fat man for a reason. I got more than one. I got 2, 3, 4. Look, It used to be Swenson's in Akron, but Swenson's everywhere now. And the Gully Boys ain't the same. I call them Gully Boys. I'm gonna go Dixie Bones down on Woodbridge and VA. Them ribs, whoo, and them greens. I'm gonna go Ishkabibble, South Philly with the sweet peppers and the pizza sauce and the cheese whiz. And last but not least, Portillo's in Chicago with the Italian beef, sloppy and dripping. Yes,
No.
sloppy and dripping, baby. Sloppy and dripping. Love it. I ain't get to that other spot when I was going out to Chi-Town. It was another spot they kept talking about where they dip the whole sandwich in the grease and then bring it up. And it's just dripping with wet bread. But yeah, that's I gotta get there too. But yeah, I got more, but I'm gonna leave it right there because I expose myself. I'm a foodie, man. I love food.
Mm-hmm. So what say you, Rick, besides the home trip? What was your
Okay. So if I'm staying regional, if I go down to Austin, like we frequent there, Austin, Texas, it's a pizza spot. It's called man, what's the Home Slice. Now the legend is that the owners of Home Slice, they take people back to New York and actually learn how to make the pizza. Now I think they put a little weed in the pizza because that pizza, boy, is so good. Like it's like, I'm telling you, man, it's on another level, man. It's packed. They do about a slice, but yeah, Home Slice in Austin. We stretching out a little bit. Vegas, Sinatra's at the Wind. It's an Italian spot, and they got this chicken Florentine there.
sound
I
pretty
always get
authentic?
that. Yeah, man, it's really good. It's really, really, really good. So yeah, those my my two spots right there.
I'm gonna go to Coach E real quick, and then I got a follow up question. E, what's your spot when you traveling? What's the city in your food?
New York City, you got to go to Harlem. Sylvia's, that's always my go-to there. Sylvia's has never let me down, not one time.
I have a
Oh, you
funny,
sound like my brother over
hilarious
there.
story. I have a funny,
What you got?
hilarious story. So Sylvia's, exactly in Harlem. Heard the same thing. Heard the hype. I go to New York, and I'm wandering. I'm only there for a day, so I'm just wandering around the city. I get off the plane, get into Harlem, and I get there. I go to sit down, bruh. I was like, I'm in New York, and the big black man treatment in New York intimidated. Peep this. So I'm just by myself because I'm going there. I'm going to catch a Brooklyn Nets game, and I'm leaving right back out. Right, and so I get to Sylvia's. I'm like, I'm eating. At the diner table on that side because it's just me. I'm eating my food, whatever. And I was like, stomach. After all this day of walking around the city, my stomach catching up to me, right? So I was like, I gotta use y'all
Oh, that's
bathroom.
the worst spot in New York.
Unfortunately, man. But hey, sometimes the ish you can't tell the ish what to do. The ish tell you what to do. So you gotta go. you gotta go with it. So I gotta go. and so I'm sitting up in there. So I guess it was getting me good. So I was in there for maybe probably like 20 minutes or so, right? So I guess I was in there too long, man. I guess something done happened to them so many times. By the time I came out of that bathroom, the entire restaurant was empty. And it was just me. Me and the person who served me the food. Everybody had disappeared. I sit back down.
Wow.
I'm like, it ain't even registering to me. I sit back down. I had a little bit more food to finish. I just finished eating that. And slowly, people started coming back out from out the back, little thing off the side. People eventually, the same people that was in there, I guess they were standing outside. They must have thought I was robbing the joint. I was about to rob the joint. So they had cleared out everything, and slowly everybody that I had seen in there slowly started matriculating right back in there. Craziest thing ever I've ever experienced in my life, but That's my experience at Silver.
Wow.
Food was good, but that was just the craziest thing. Bruh, it's wild.
Wow.
Oh man.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yes.
He was laying it down. See, it was like
That's right.
He like he in
Hey,
that bathroom too long.
Michael Corleone up in there.
Right.
Michael Corleone, yeah.
He about to come out. Hey, I got a question though. You was out there, man, because one disappointing spot for me was Junior's. Did you go to Junior's in New York?
Yeah, cheesecake
Nah,
overrated.
I don't
It's
like
it's
that
just
cheesecake.
yeah,
The
it's
cheesecake
overrated.
is awful, man. It's terrible.
Just like
Okay,
Cheesecake
yeah.
Factory.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
too thick.
disagree
Too
with you
thick.
there.
Yeah.
Cheesecake Factory, key lime
No, you
cheesecake.
ain't had cheesecake.
Key lime,
Ugh.
man. My mama
Vanilla
before she
bean.
died,
Vanilla bean.
I put her on to that vanilla bean. I'll mess with that, but that key lime, boy, I took my mama out for Mother's Day. She was so pissed at me that day, boy. She's like, I told you I don't want to go nowhere. I don't want. It was crowds, heavy crowds. She was pissed. Boy, she was pissed the whole time. Then it came to that dessert. I was like, get the key lime cheesecake. Only thing, boy, man, that key lime cheesecake turned her mood around. It's like, this is good cheesecake. Ever since then, hey, I knew I could put a smile on her face with some key lime cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory. So, bro, anything else, key lime, bro. All right.
My other spot is in Vegas. It's called Project Barbecue. It's on Fremont Street. It's one of them little side things, man. It's a little food truck, man.
Is it off
Listen,
off the strip, kind of?
It's on Fremont Street, Old Vegas.
Okay.
The
Old
Vegas,
Vegas.
experience, yeah, with the zip line and everything. Dog, that tasted so good. I expected it to be all right, but I was totally blown away from that thing, man. So Project Barbecue, Fremont Street experience. And my last one in Fort Lauderdale was called Wild Time, THYME to be exact. It's on A1A, right in Fort Lauderdale. You can see the beach right
A1A.
across the street. Dog,
Beachfront Avenue.
it is the best idea ever. We go there for brunch, right? And you order, Sharon do the charcuterie boards, but they got brunch boards. Oh my goodness, dude. It's some of the best breakfast ever. Unlimited mimosas, breakfast brunch boards. Oh, y'all gotta try it out, dog. Wild Time. Try it out.
We could
All
do a
right.
whole thing on Vegas, man. It's a bunch of spots.
I ain't went
Yeah.
there.
You leading
It's on
to
the
me.
bucket list.
You take me where I want to ask y'all.
Ho.
Hold on, you
Hold
go
up.
answer
You
my
ain't been
question
to
when I
Vegas?
ask you this question. What? Wait a minute. What did Rick say?
No, I
He said
told him
he
I
never
ain't been to
been to
Vegas. I ain't been to
Oh, you
Vegas, and y'all gonna throw tomatoes. I turned down 2 all expense paid work trips to Vegas. And our work trips used to get wild. I turned them down when I first started at the company. I heard the stories. Turned down 2 of them things. Yeah, I ain't been out there yet.
Man.
Why?
Well,
I'm like-
I'm gonna put this out in the atmosphere. The Win, they have a spot where you can actually do a podcast, like
Yeah,
on
they
the
do.
Win's property.
Yeah, they do. That's
So,
where during summer
I'm gonna put
league,
that out
that's
there.
where like a whole
Yeah.
bunch of people go to
Yeah.
film they podcast at. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We
I
might have I
have
might have to
seen-
make a call, see how much it costs. We might have to go on and get Byron out there and do a podcast from Vegas. We might have to do that.
There we
We
go.
get jiggy with it.
Christian, put
Live
your mom on
from
the
Vegas.
phone. Put your mom on the phone.
Be the hangover Cleveland style.
You know, because B ain't been to the strip, so he don't know about the half naked women that be on the strip too. Yeah, B might lose his mind,
Hey,
bro.
my man,
I have. I seen full.
they be out there with the thing slapping the hand like.
Oh.
Yeah. I seen it. I seen it on the Meta Quest. I did see it on the Meta Quest. It's like being there, ain't it? I was flying on the strip, flying over the strip.
Look, one night
Okay.
this is the wildest thing I ever seen. And I told my brother, I was like, I was bugged by this. And I don't know quite how to feel about this. So I'm just like, it was late night. I was like, I'm going for a walk. And I just walked the entire strip. That was a nice little amount of walking, right? and I get to the
Hell
end of the
yeah.
strip, and I get to the end of the strip, and it's this street light, and it's this woman just sitting down. I'm looking like, man, why is she just sitting down? And she in like the shadow of the street light, so you can't see her all the way. She a dark skinned chick, and so I was like, I'm walking. I was like, yo, you turn around. Hey, you see me. I keep going. I'm like them white people in the scary movie. So I keep on going.
Right.
Towards the problem.
Yeah.
Man,
turns around.
I could not believe it. I guess it was, now don't get me wrong. I was there. It was like blazing hot, whatever. But when I got there, man, this lady was completely butt naked, sitting there. I was like, but and mind you, it's like 2, 3 in the morning. I'm sitting there. I was like, I know prostitution legal here. I'm like, man, once I got confirmation of what it was, then I did that.
Yeah, it's like,
no, because I found that too odd. Like, man, you out here in public just completely butt naked. I was just like, yo, man, what in the world? Sitting on the ground on top of that. Man, you ain't want to be messing with nobody.
Vegas wild.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Her
But,
sit down air stink.
oh man.
But I gotta ask y'all, man. So we talk about food. Y'all done traveled and been to many places. What I'm gonna do my Keith Lee thing right now. What's your best food city that you have been to thus far?
Best food
That's a
city.
good question.
Cleveland. Hell, Cleveland.
Damn.
I'm still Cleveland, man. Cleveland, we got some good eats, man. We got the Polish
Homer
boy, we got
Simpson
Simon.
around this.
Man, look, we got food all over this spot. Yeah, been in some good spots. We got some food.
I ain't disagreeing now, but damn.
Who you putting over Cleveland? I mean, of course, I ain't been to Vegas and all that.
Man,
Like, I done had
Chicago.
some
I would put
fish out in
Chicago over there.
Baltimore.
I
Chicago
would put
is
New
good.
York over there.
Chicago got a lot of diversity.
In the
Yeah,
U.S.,
so,
it's New Orleans. I'm sorry. In the
I didn't
U.S.,
like
it's
New Orleans. It was all right. Except the little donuts. They saved the day. If it wasn't for them little donuts, I'd have been and that and them hurricanes. Cause I walked Bourbon Street. I had a little crawfish disgusting. Ugh.
So that's my Byron moment. I never been to New Orleans.
Oh wow.
Oh, really? Oh wow.
Yeah.
Look, I can say, oh wow.
Yeah.
It's you got to do Bourbon Street at least once.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely going. I just ain't made it there yet.
Man,
Bomani
Bourbon
Jones.
Street.
Oh no, Bomani Jones. He said something that resonated with me. I heard him on this podcast when he was down there for the Super Bowl. He was like, man, the New Orleans women in that accent. He's like, I just want you to just keep talking to me, baby, because that is one of the sweetest accents you will ever hear, man. Yeah, baby. I'll be like, ooh, I work with some. And when I hear that it kick in, like sometimes, they try to code switch and keep it corporate. Sometimes they can't help it and it slip out. I'll be like, ooh, yeah, that's it right there. Like, so yeah. That's my thing. But yeah, I've heard so much about the food in New Orleans. I definitely want to partake in indulge in, because people say, man, you pretty much can't go wrong. Even though B is telling me the opposite, they say, man, you can't go wrong with the food in New Orleans. So.
Man,
you got like crawfish, man.
Crawfish etouffee.
No, that's good. I had that. It wasn't in New Orleans, but that joint is good.
Charbroiled oysters.
See,
man,
slimy food, little slime. And why the crawfish gotta be so damn little? You gotta eat like 300 of them boys to get filled up, get satiated up here.
That's so
crazy. How many
crazy.
crawfish you gotta eat?
Dog, I don't eat them. Sharon tear them up. Sharon just had something tonight. Matter of fact, she literally just got done eating them crawfish. She loved them things. I call them sea roaches.
It's too
Yeah.
much work, right? You gotta pull the head off just to get a little slither or slurp or whatever. Just like them
Yeah.
Now
oysters
I don't
too.
do all that. I just eat them. I eat them in crawfish etouffee. I had crawfish etouffee with some catfish, fried catfish in it, smothered in fried catfish. No,
That sounds
it's
good.
woo. Yeah, I'm saying. I see. I'm telling you, you gotta hit the right spot. And they have white tablecloth places, like real, and they had just the, like home style type spots. So that's why I like New
Oh
Orleans, man.
yeah.
It's a little bit for everybody.
I hate grits
Mhm.
too. I hate
Whoa,
grits.
See,
wait a
I
minute,
hate
sir.
grits. Every meal
I
with grits.
need
Yeah,
your
grits.
black
come on,
card
man.
right now.
It's
You give
all
it
We
to
may have
me.
to
gritty,
punch you a
Pause.
little
grimy.
bit, man.
No way. I hate the hell out of grits. If I know I had
Oh
to eat
my
another grit in
God.
my
He
life,
hated the age
man,
old question: sugar or butter?
No, no sugar,
I've
man.
had both.
That's
I
what I'm
Cheese.
had
like.
the fat, the sugar,
That's
Mm.
the
what
butter
I'm like,
Cheese
man.
and syrup.
I
down
don't,
south.
syrup. You lost me there, E. I was like, I'm with you with the cheese grits. I'm up with you all day. That's what I'm like. I like, man, when
Hey,
people be getting in arguments, man, this is sugar. I'm like, man, and y'all black? I'm like, man, hold on, man. This is
Yeah,
crazy.
I ain't
But
never
you
had
put
that.
syrup, that's
Never
pretty
gonna
much
nah.
the
fix the
same
issue.
thing, man.
But I put syrup on every breakfast food except cereal. Eggs, bacon, omelet, whatever. It's getting syrup, and lots of it. People really be staring at me every restaurant we go to because I literally ask for 2 syrups. I just go crazy with that junk,
You
all
joint.
on everything. Yeah, everything. Even we go to yours truly with them not so fries, no sour cream.
Mhm.
Give me syrup. Put syrup
Syrup
all on
on
them
the
not
fries?
so's.
You done ruined the not
Dog,
so fries?
dog,
Oh
y'all gotta try
man.
that, man. Don't judge me. We
I
listen, but we
mean with
don't
the potatoes.
judge.
I can see it.
It's
I can
hard
see
not
it because
to.
with the home fries. Yeah, I know with all that.
Yeah, I'm a syrup fiend, son.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
man.
disappointed though. New Orleans, man. I was disappointed with New York too. I thought New York was gonna have more
Nothing.
food, man. I've tried a lot of food in New York.
We done had now. Sharon love New York to go eat. We'll go there just to eat, like a lot every
Yeah.
single day. 3 meals,
Oh
different
yeah.
restaurants every day we there.
Really?
So yeah,
Yeah,
they
I
got a lot
ain't
to choose from.
A
nothing stood out to
bunch.
me. I was there a few trips. Nothing stood out.
And
None.
you
Give me
talk
one.
about
Besides them,
If
don't
you
say
are
them flat ass
But
pizzas.
I don't know
I
how
love New
real we
York
can take
style
this. This
pizza.
man said he don't
Woo!
want to eat grits no more.
if
Yeah,
you want
pizza.
barbecue, you come down here.
That's why I was
You won't
Yeah, I
want
surprised,
had
man.
some
You
good
start
Texas
talking
barbecue.
pizza in Texas. I'm like, man, where the barbecue
Yeah.
spots at? Not Rick. Where the barbecue
now.
spots?
I had one spot down there
So
called
so the
Rudy's.
barbecue spot is called Lockhart. There's a place called Lockhart, Texas, and you can actually go there and and do it's like 4 barbecue places and do kind of a tour, so to say. It's
Oh yeah.
something that they say you hit all 4 of them, and you just try a little bit from each spot, and you say which one I like the ribs from here. I like the beef rib. This beef ribs is called Black's Barbecue. That
They
right there,
about
boy.
that big. You hold it with the whole
Cuz
fist.
you gotta cut it with a knife. Like that's how big it is. But you don't need no knife to cut it. You could just pull it. Like it's
Mhm. Off the
see you
bone,
got right now, man. But
boy.
yeah, Black's Barbecue in Lockhart, Texas. Like we'll drive down there. My wife's fan, we'll drive down there just to bring food back. And it's about a
Oh,
good 2-hour drive,
oh,
Ooh,
that's
two and
Wow.
a
rough.
half. Yeah,
I do
it's
it.
got to be
I
good.
mean, it's good.
it
Ain't no
is.
food
It
that
is.
good that I'm driving
And
2 hours just to wind up back at the house. Like, nah, I ain't never
they try
went
to
across that
duplicate
jet,
it.
man.
They try to duplicate it up here. They try to bring them, put some spots up here, but it ain't the same. Like,
Oh,
it is not
Yeah.
the
blacks.
same.
Yeah, see, blacks came up.
All right, man.
Uh,
I've heard when it comes to barbecue, place that I
mm,
need to visit, they tell me either go to North Carolina. I gotta try North Carolina barbecue, and I also need to try Nashville, Tennessee
Memphis,
for barbecue. Yeah.
So
So I,
you
Memphis
talk.
over Nashville.
I went to Wake Forest, so it's pulled pork down there. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's the barbecue. And if you go to I think the eastern side it's more vinegary,
Yep.
and then like the west side is a little more it's
Mhm.
drier. more barbecue sauce in it. Now, both of them, you put it on a sandwich, like chopped beef sandwich. It's this on a bun, and then you put coleslaw on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Well,
I miss
perfect
those right
slaw.
there. Yeah, it's good. Those are good. I didn't like the Memphis dry rub. I've been there. That wasn't
See,
my thing.
I guess I'm partial to that because that's what I use. Because I hate sauce
Mhm.
on my stuff, so I just use the dry rub, and that's what get it for me. So maybe I'm partial to the Memphis. I'd put a little bit of sauce on there, just depending on what. No ribs. I don't want no sauce on my ribs if I cook them.
Mhm.
But if I'm at a store or something somewhere else, I'll get the sauce on the ribs, but not mine because that dry rub is to die for.
I got
We
a
had a
spot for
dude.
y'all. When y'all come
What?
up, out real quick, Smokehouse 91 just opened up. Psalm Center in Mayfield. Smokehouse 91, that brisket, every time.
Let's
Well,
let's send
that's in
pops over
Mayfield
there.
Village.
Yep, Mayfield Village next to the village butcher. Cause it was that's the people who supply the meat. They was doing a pop-up shop and it was getting too
Uh-huh.
jumping up there. The city shut it down. Like that's how good this brisket. Oh man. The
Well, that's
brisket,
Oh,
juicy,
see.
moist. Is
All
right there
right
off
on
then.
Psalm Center Mayfield.
What's it
on
called?
the Wilson Mills side.
Yep, on the Wilson Mills, right next to Heineken. Smokehouse 91. That
All right. Well,
everything,
I'm gonna
I think
go
I
in
everything.
know,
there
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Saturday. That's gonna be the Saturday. I'm gonna go there
Yep.
before the pot, and I'm gonna see what it's about. And I'm gonna wear
Get
my
the
Texas
brisket.
hat up in there. Like, all
Yep.
right now,
Get the brisket. Don't go
all
with the
right now.
chopped brisket sandwich. Get the brisket. It's nice, moist, juicy. Got that flavor on top. Get the ribs and get the pulled pork.
They got
Telling
the
you,
burnt. Can I get the burnt edge?
they got the burn eggs. It's all
All right.
juicy and ready, boy.
All right,
Oh,
all right. You messing? I'm
I'm
from
telling you.
Cleveland, but I've been down
I'm
here now
telling
for a
you.
while.
I've been waiting for this spot to open. I've been in there every day, like, yo, when y'all opening up? I was like, y'all gotta open a spot. And they opened it up, man.
I
Bruh.
might go there for
Woo.
early dinner because I gotta. My second stop is Mr. Hero.
Oh
Mr.
no.
Hero.
He ruins it.
I gotta get a. I gotta
Mr.
get a Roman
Hero.
burger, man. I
That
gotta
You know,
get a
synthetic
Roman
meat.
burger.
You gonna eat some Cleveland
but
pigeon?
guess
Dog.
what?
Hey,
I get it.
Yep.
I get
Yep.
it from Rick. I absolutely get it because when I was away from Cleveland for a long period of time,
Yeah.
anytime I came back, I was like, because the childhood memories attached to Mr. Heroes. Mr. Heroes was
The,
that stuff.
the
Like, man,
nostalgia, man.
Roman burger
yeah,
good.
yeah.
It's
Like,
good.
I remember
To
like my
burn the
pop coming
salami or
up to
not
school
burn.
with the school lunch with the Mr. Heroes, like, and everybody in the class, like, oh, your dad brought Mr. Heroes. Ah! So yeah, I
Yeah.
remember those. Yeah,
Do
all
y'all
that
burn the
triggers.
salami, man?
But then
Yeah.
man,
Okay, I gotta
unfortunately,
check.
I hate to be racist, man. Our Middle
Exactly.
Eastern friends, man, came and took it over, and
They messed it up.
yes, they did,
Hey.
man.
I
Yeah.
don't know what that meat is.
I went in there. I was like, I'm looking around like, you know,
Hey, look, my
Every
that's
single
hey,
last
what you
one.
like
You
to
can't
eat?
find one.
yeah.
I mean, what you would like to eat on your Mr. Hero sandwich there, buddy?
So and then if I got my third is Mr. Chicken. Mr. Chicken's wings. I gotta eat that.
Okay.
Grum's sandwich in Cleveland Heights there, Grum's. They it
I ain't
tastes
on to
different.
that.
It's a different taste to it.
That sound like
Yeah,
Dave's
Okay.
Scrums. I
it's a
ain't had the
sub.
Grums.
It's a sub sandwich in East
Yeah,
Cleveland.
no, it ain't
Not East
Dave's.
Cleveland.
Dave's Cosmic Subs. Not Dave's the grocery store. Talking about the Cosmic Subs with the sub
Overhyped.
sauce. Oh, y'all. Oh, that sub
Yeah,
sauce
nah.
go hard though. You put that on
Nah.
anything.
I like toasted subs, but when you toast that bread, boy, it
Bruh.
get a Ginsu knife on the top of your roof of the mouth. Boy,
Cut up.
that joint up. Like,
Y'all might have been the
man.
only person that ate Quiznos because that's why I love the
Bruh.
Quiznos, man.
Man, I miss
Quiznos,
Quiznos.
bread.
That mug.
Me
Yes.
too.
I
Man,
Chicken
miss it.
Quiznos is good.
carbonara. Woo.
Oh,
them
B.
Quiznos subs.
Yes.
Chicken
You read my
carbonara,
mind. That was my
boy.
go-to. Man.
Bruh, you can't find that flavor nowhere else. I've looked. I've searched high and low. What was in that magical carbonara sauce with the bacon and the chicken and the cheese? Oh man.
Look.
Hey, yo.
We done fatten up your clients for you, man, so you can work them out. But bro, we gonna have to move
I know,
on, man.
man.
We can talk this all day, but we gotta move
Talking
on, man.
about food.
Hey,
This food network now.
Hey.
This that or dives and drive-ins right now.
Well, I did mention at the top of the show you can email the show with a question, comment, or concern. So we got an email here from some guy named Larry Curry. I don't know if y'all met him before.
Mike Larry.
I hear he's a pretty nice guy. So he says to the show, Coach E, by now I know everybody's seen the virtual clip of the girls' basketball coach pulling the ponytail of a player's hair in the handshake line. That situation got me thinking, how far is too far to motivate your players? Everyone is motivated by different things and in different ways. Plus, no one achieves greatness without pressure and being uncomfortable. Let's hear what the assistant coaches think. Love the show. Day one fan, aka Jake Nobody.
Where did he get that nickname?
Mike
Before we
Larry.
jump in there, where did he get that nickname from?
Dog, he been calling himself that since like fifth, sixth grade. He's literally just
Oh,
made it up. And I got another. Before we get into that topic, Rick, you know where I'm going. My brother, I used to think he was autistic, so he had a. Y'all remember the East Pack book bags, right? Everybody used to
Mhm.
love the East Pack.
yeah.
So my man Larry could draw really good. So he gets a permanent marker, flips the book bag upside down. You know the part that be on your actual back. He draws a character, like a cartoon character, and names him Bobby. And Bobby was Larry's best friend for years.
Hey man, I don't think Larry
Everywhere.
wanted you to expose that about him, man. I didn't know
Man,
you was going there with that.
oh no. No. He will tell you this. He's not ashamed. He's not ashamed at all.
and that speaks to why he was like the first one I knew to always have his book bag.
Yeah,
Like Larry
everywhere.
always would walk around with his book. So that I could see that now because Bobby was on the book bag. So it's like I'm taking Bobby with me like he always had his book bag. He was like the first person I knew, like, yeah, Larry got his bag, his book bag, like always. Everywhere.
At school, at the rec,
Wreck everywhere.
family trips,
The
everything. Bobby,
diamonds, swimming,
everything.
like everywhere.
Bobby was kicking it, boy.
All right. Now let's bring it back to Jake Nobody's question. So, how far is too far when coaching? So I got two coaches here, so we need to start with them. So we're gonna go to Maverick. So,
Mhm.
how far is too far when it comes to motivating a player?
Yeah, that what happened in the clip, that was way too far. You don't touch the kids, man. I don't care what they do. Like I done seen some stuff where people, like, especially in football, people get to fighting. Like I ain't break up no football fights for one. That I ain't got no pads on and I ain't getting hit. Y'all handle that. But I seen coaches jump in fights and like kind of manhandle kids, and I'm like, you just trying to get off right now. Like you seizing a moment where you can like do something to a kid. I've seen coaches talk to kids wrong, and I'm like, what happened one time, and the coach was like, "Do you think I handled that wrong?" I was like, "Yep, you did," and just flat out, like, "Yeah, you handled that wrong."
100%.
I gotta ask,
Yeah, you did.
what brings that out in a coach? Like, man, because there's no other place other than like a parent to a child where you could get off with somebody else totally like that. You can't go into your job and your job, if there is, it's gonna be some HR being called or some furniture moving or some type of stuff. If you try something like that on your job, there's no other place you could get that off. So what brings that out in sports, and then what makes that acceptable in sports?
I think it's the power structure. Like they know that they are in charge, and some coaches get off on that. Like some coaches would just be way out. You be out of pocket, and just like, dog. I always looked at it like if you mistreat them, they're not gonna do nothing for you. They're not gonna work for you. And I always looked at it. When I coached, they've always been younger than me. Even when I coached college, I always looked at kids you don't know, so I'm educating you. Like, even if they talk back to me, I never took it as disrespect. I'm like, oh, you just don't know how to have a coach with it. You don't know how to have a conversation with an adult. So I'm going to teach you how to do that. So I never looked at it as, I guess that's why I never lost my cool with a kid like that, because they kids. And I always looked at it like that, you know.
And now for the opposing perspective, we go to Coach E.
You heard that? Hey.
I tell you what, I wish nowadays I do have that kind of outlook on it, but the rookie days, like when I first started, oh man, I'm Peter Popoff, boy. I mean, yelling, screaming, mother effing, all that stuff to the face. Never, well, okay, I can't say I never touched a kid, but the one time I did, to me, it was warranted. I really do think it was warranted. It wasn't on the field. It wasn't for like because he messed up or something like that. We were on the bus coming home from a game that we shouldn't have lost. So we in the front of the bus hearing the kids talk like, yeah, you know what, they shouldn't have did that. They should have took him out. They should have put me in. I would have did something better. They don't know what they doing. They don't know how to coach. So just letting it ride. Just letting it ride. I'm listening to it. I don't want to say shut up because I want you to get everything out, but you gonna know I heard every single thing you said. So keep going, keep going. Like, yeah, coach, he think he knows something. He don't know nothing. He don't even know what he doing. How is he the defensive coordinator? He don't know nothing about defense. He stink, man. I'll get my dad in here. He'll coach better than him. Okay. Mm-hmm. Keep going.
They
So
touched the
we
nerve,
pull up
huh?
in the school. Hey, several, not one nerve. It was several. So we get to the parking lot of the school. I always sit in the front, the seat right by the steps on the bus. That's my assigned seat. No matter what bus I get on, I get off, put my bag down, wait for the guy to get off the bus. I said, "Hey, what was you saying back there on the bus? You heard me. You heard what I said. You don't know what you're doing. You can't coach." I said, "Oh, really? You really think that, huh?" He said, "Yeah. And if you do something, I'm gonna have my daddy come up here and beat your ass." Oh, okay.
Ooh.
So he was a
Daddy.
smaller fella. I literally grabbed him by his shirt, lifted him up on the bus, and I said, "Well, go ahead and tell your daddy that I did this to you." Slammed him a little bit on the bus, just dropped him down. Continued about my day. Went to the coach's office, just sat there, waited for his dad to come. His dad never came, his mom came. So I had to talk to his mom. I ain't yell or cuss or nothing at his mom, but we got to understand it. And I said, "Man, if your son ever does that to another grown man, it probably will be a little bit different." He was cussing at me in my face, telling me what I can't do, telling me what I'm not going to do, and threatening me with another grown man to come up here and beat me. So I felt like I had every reason to do what I did.
I gotta follow up on that. At some point when it happened, let's keep it a 1,000%. In the back of your mind, you're like, man, I just effed up my job. It had to, man. Don't come on, man. Cause something like that,
No,
even I might have just
never
like
thought that.
like Rick just said, man.
Nah,
I think I might
I
have
was
just
about to
crossed the
say,
mind.
nah.
That don't cross your mind. Okay.
At that
Oh,
moment, it didn't. Not at all.
I
Old
know,
me?
I
No,
know
not at all.
OE. I don't care.
OE.
Oh well. Yeah, that's OE would have been okay.
Yeah, I know OE. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
OE. Yeah, he's a strategizer now. He thinks before he
yeah.
acts. He's like, wait a minute. Okay, you go ahead, little youngster.
And matter like he said, OE, that was very tame for OE because once he touched him, it's been like, oh, I know I'm about to lose my job, so I might as well get my all that I need to get out of this then. Like
Oh
that
yeah,
was OD.
I definitely thought about that, but
Yeah.
good thoughts prevailed. So that's why I just dropped him. But I had to let him know, don't ever threaten me with another grown man coming up here because it would have been bad. If his dad would have showed up, it really would have went left. I 100% would have lost my job. 100%.
Yeah.
Not even a question.
Yeah. I've seen those I had
Mama
a
must
kid
have
one
knew
time.
not to tell daddy or told daddy like, hey, I got
Nah,
this. I'm gonna go handle this.
Daddy
You
was
don't
doing
think
some
that's what
Googling.
happened?
He was like, wait. No, Daddy
Uh,
was like, wait, which one is E? Which one is Evan? Oh, hell no. Go handle that.
Doing around here messing with these boys. Get yours in the car. Red Daddy. I told you come around here messing with these folks.
why you pick him to say that to? What is that? Hell no.
I had a kid do that, but he did it to another coach, and I went up to the kid, kind of pulled him close, and was like, "Hey man, just don't even come back to practice tomorrow." And he looked, and I was like, okay, don't come to practice tomorrow.
You gave him a 1-day suspension,
and he was shocked. No, he had.
Oh, you
he
kicked
had
him
to
off.
come back. I was the athletic director too. Yeah, I kicked him off, and he had to. And his mom, why you tell him? I was like, ma'am, come have. I said, ask your son why. And that's all I said to her. Because my parents, they knew if I got there, you done did something. Because Coach Perez don't do that. Like a lot of my parents, they, I assume now they were like Bedford parents. I haven't been to Bedford in a while. I've heard stories like the school I worked at was a lot like Bedford. And the parents, like, once they got to know me, they was like, oh, no, nah, if Coach Perez say, like, I don't believe nothing you talking to kids. I don't believe nothing you say. I believe Coach Perez. Like, it got that way with him. Because I was just like, I'm not going to deal. Like, we had to have a meeting with his mom, his grandmother, the principal. And he was a good athlete, too. Like, one of my best.
Okay.
And I was just like, nah, man.
All right, let me bring that back. So you brought up something interesting there. So you said establishing a rapport with the parents allows you to some leeway. So if something was to go down, it gives you some grace with the parents to where the parents believe what you say. So bring it back to Larry and his situation. If he's developed some type of rapport with the parents, this coach, do you think
no, not that.
Not that. Even with the but no, I'm not touching. That wasn't where I was trying to go with it. But as far as provoking them believing that kid did something to bring that out of the coach like that, would that buy them some grace? Like, man, to where it ain't like you just touched my kid, to where it's like, yo, what did you just say, or what did you just do? Why did this happen? To figure out the why before you get into the coaches behind that.
After I'd have heard what he said, that would have stopped me from hurting him, because it's like she was wrong too. She, you don't curse at an adult, especially your coach, like, But I don't know. It took some the Lord to keep me off.
Right. So you saying
especially
that would have bought him enough
where
it wouldn't what charges wouldn't have been filed if he had a rapport if you had a rapport with the coach. It would at least did that much.
We'd have had to do it behind closed door. I might have said you gonna have to catch a fair one in this locker room, me and you.
You gonna beat up the old man? Damn, Rick.
Like my daughters. It's my son
off limits.
But my daughter
off limits.
Y'all gonna beat the old man up though?
Well, if we talking about a rapport, what Zane was saying, if me and him had a rapport, then you about to get your ass whooped.
Yeah, it would have been. I tell you,
you know, because at that point, like, for one, just like Rick said, it's a girl, and you're a grown man. For one, you know better, and for two, you know better, and for three, you know better. So it's no excuse for that ignorant stuff you just pulled. So it has to be followed with another ignorant gesture.
Yeah.
To the
what y'all gonna do to the old man though? I'm just curious because I saw the old man, the little white man. I mean, you go smack him?
No, because that's over too quick. You might just want to choke him for a very long time.
What if he
just
died?
So he can suffer.
He a little old man.
Hey, when the eyes closed, you gotta let him go.
Vengeance
Yeah, I
is
don't
the
know what I
Lord's.
do, but
Good God. These are executioners.
like he said, you got to know. Like I had a situation in college one time. We were in a early morning meeting. I'm talking like 7:00, 6:00 in the morning, special teams meeting. And dudes is tired. They dozing a little bit, and I probably dozed. One of the coaches was walking up the aisle, and the kid behind me was asleep. And I know I think I might have been asleep too, but I saw him come up the aisle, so I woke up. He punched that kid dead in his chest. The kid sitting behind me. It was like, "Wake up!"
Yeah, that's too
And
far.
the kid. These ain't kids. I'm sorry. We grown men now. Like we
Yeah.
22, 23, years old. And I'm thinking to myself, I was like, oh, he knew because he ain't hit. I was asleep too, but he ain't hit me like that.
Man.
That's that rapport.
He knew who to do that to.
Mm-hmm.
Like he
Right.
knew which player to go, and yeah, we'd have been
Set an
it'd have been
example.
a straight fight up in the coach's office if that had happened. We'd have been fighting in the special teams meeting.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I don't care how you think you gotta motivate a kid. That's not the right way to motivate a kid because they're not gonna take that as motivation. They're gonna, for one, be scared just
Yeah.
because you are in that power place as a coach, and they see you all the time in that power place as a coach. So there's no way they're gonna think that that's okay, like ever, because they already scared of you.
Yeah, they be scared. Kids get
Real
scared
quick.
nowadays. Kids like they don't get scared. Go ahead,
100%.
Sam.
They're not that tough.
Okay. Now, this be my last question, and we'll wrap on this. So, going back into your playing days, what's the best coach you ever had, and what was it that they did to get the most out of you?
Go ahead.
You know, the best coach I had wasn't even on the field. It was Coach Sano. I still talk about this dude like forever. The strength coach at OU. That was the best coach I ever had because he knew how to motivate and he knew how to teach at the same time as motivating you. Because we all know I was a Prop 48, didn't have the grades to participate as soon as I got to school. So you had to go through the learning process on all the Olympic lifts and just like the different lifts that you would be doing in college because you never did that stuff in high school. So he would teach us little by little, but at the same time, belittle you for not knowing how to do it. I know that sounds crazy, but he has a certain way because he knows a button to push to motivate the certain person. He didn't do that to everybody the same way. He would figure your personality out and know how to communicate with you in a certain way. So that brought the best out of you because you gained that rapport, that kind of friendship. Like, oh man, Coach Sano's a cool dude, but he mean business at the end of the day. And we was already scared of him because in the mornings we used to come into the weight room and this dude had 3 sticks of bamboo with duct tape around it over standing up by one of the squat racks.
Oh, wow.
He used to kick it until his shins bleed. That was his morning routine every freaking morning. His shins, he was an Asian man. So if you
Exactly.
can
I knew it'd
picture
be.
that.
I went to school with a cat, an Asian cat, and that was his thing. He would punch the tree, and
Oh
so
yeah.
his hands got bloody. So yeah, that doesn't surprise me none whatsoever. So yeah.
But he was a great teacher and a great motivator, and he got the most out of everybody. So that's my favorite coach. Nothing against Coach H, because Coach H is number two for real. Because Coach H was really my introduction to a football coach. Because it's different styles of a basketball coach with Hurd and then a football coach with Coach H. So to me, Coach H was the number two coach. That was our head coach in high school. But everybody else, as far as X's and O's, of course, it was to the umpteenth power in college. But just overall coaching, I think Coach H did a great job, probably just because I was so vulnerable and wanted to learn football so fast. Probably because he made a great impression on me. So that, like, as far as coaching, that's the number one coach. I mean, number two coach, Coach Sano, number one.
Mine would have to be Coach Wiglicky. And he was my
Wiggs
middle
Wonder
school.
World.
He was my middle school coach because he coached everything. So he coached football and track, but it was just how hard it was. I remember how hard his practices were. Like even they were so hard by the time I got to high school, those things were easy. Like, but he taught me the biggest thing I can remember with him is I got hurt one time. I might have told this story on here before, but I got hurt and I didn't want to go to practice.
Was that your wrist?
It was in my wrist or I rolled my ankle or something. And I was like, I ain't going to practice today. He was like, no, you need to come to practice. And I was like, I ain't coming. And I was in 8th grade. And then my dad came up there and was like, Ricky won't be at practice. And he was like, can I talk to y'all for a minute? So we go in his office and he was like, look, if Ricky don't come to practice, I won't have a practice. I said, he's a leader on my team and a leader in everything he does. Like, so sometimes you have to just show up and be there to show everybody else how important it is. And like he was the first one to kind of, instill that in me in the 8th grade. Like that kind of stuck with me like throughout everything and just coaching. Like we had a track meet one time. Like he just instilled on us like just go all out. Like they didn't score a point. Like we had a dual meet. They didn't score 1 point in the track meet. Like we got all the points. And he was like, that's what he just wanted to do. Like just kill people like that, and so it's just that's
and
he
mind
kind of
you, Coach Wig was 5'10", 310. Now, I
310.
don't
Yeah.
even think he was 5'10". He might have been 5'8", 5'9", 310.
Yeah. He messed his rotator cuffs up and he couldn't lift and stuff. He would barely lift his arms up, But yeah, man, like so that that kind of him and Coach Payne, because I had to learn how to listen to a coach and what he's saying and not how he's saying it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what Payne taught me, and so I had 2 good coaches early in my athletic career that everybody else was kind of just, springboards and,
And you
I
know
learned
what?
a lot.
I'm so sorry I left Coach Payne off of that. Thank you, Rick. Coach Payne did wonders because he taught me how to deal with that. My man just screamed for a living.
Yeah.
He was the basketball coach at Heskett, and he wore cowboy boots. He was a black bald head guy that used to lift a lot of weights. He was very, very strong and very, very big. So imagine a black guy, bald head, really big, wearing cowboy boots, jeans, and a button down as his coaching uniform. So whenever we didn't listen to him or whenever he was trying to get our attention, he would just stomp so hard
his boots,
with those cowboy boots. One day he broke a heel. That's how strong he used to be.
In the game. So that's what you would hear in the game, and it would get your attention. And he was just like, you need to go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom then. Like it was just he was just screaming.
He screamed for a living. I never heard him really talk regular. Even at the awards assembly, he didn't even want a microphone. He just wanted to yell. So I don't think I've ever heard him just talk. But he was a great coach, though.
Okay. Look. I gotta bring in that third member right quick. I gotta bring in Mr. Taboo Timmons. I gotta get him incorporated. Come on back in, man. Come on, sub in. Here we go. Let's go ahead. Yeah. Let's talk these Cavs. As you said, your Cavs just clinched the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference going into the playoffs. So let's go ahead and talk. So
there we go.
As far as my first question, that I ask, would it be disrespectful if Donovan Mitchell is not a first team All NBA player after the season the Cavs had this year? Because I'm not hearing his name being tossed around when it comes to that. So I'll start there.
I'm gonna say no, it ain't disrespectful because this year he playing the fewest minutes of his career because we so stacked. We got such a 10-man, 12-man rotation that we gonna see in the playoffs and through the championship. that, shots fired. But he ain't had to play. So if they basing it off what Shea got to go out there and he got to put up 42 points for them to beat the Lakers tonight, Donovan ain't got to do that. He got the luxury of teammates. He can sit back and chill. So they'll look at that just like MVPs. They'll look at that as a negative knock, but we preserving our players throughout the playoffs to the championship.
Nah, they got him projected as first team. Like they,
I mean,
I've
he
heard
should
Cade
be.
Cunningham. I've heard Cade Cunningham. I've heard that name being tossed around as that fifth
You
spot.
can't give it to him. The Pistons ain't winning.
He been
They ain't
balling.
winning. They ain't winning like the Cavs though.
No. Let's see who we talking about.
They got Shea, Mitchell,
Okay.
Tatum,
Joker.
Giannis, and Joker.
I mean, Joker. Yeah, Joker. Hands down. Tatum. Oh, that's the five they looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, quiet as kept. Giannis is having one of his best years too.
And the second team it says, and this is from New York Times. The second team it says Curry, Edwards, Bron, Mobley, and the Sengun, the center from the Rockets.
Yeah,
Sengun. Yeah, he nice.
Sengun.
So let me ask you this. Evan Mobley, let's say if that became reality. Does that make me and you, E, we've been critical of one Evan Mobley. So
critical.
I mean, if he was to earn second team All NBA honors, would that make us have to look at him differently? Does that put a new respect on his name?
He put some respect on his name, man. Wow.
He's getting there, but he's still not there. So I don't have to put respect on his name the way I put respect on other players that have earned it. So he still has to earn it just because he makes second team All NBA 1 year, and he still could have been a lot better this year. It was a lot of games where he still did not play the way he's supposed to be playing consistently. That's what B don't understand. He can literally average 25 and 10 if he was consistent the way that he needs to be. 25 and 10 is totally different from 18. No, I don't care what team you're on. You're supposed to be the guy on this team, period. He's supposed to be the number one player on this team. 25 and 10.
You can't be. But Donovan, how you going to be? Because Donovan gets buckets. Oh, go ahead, Zen. My fault, man.
They average 122 points a night. So you mean tell me he can't get 25 and 10 on 122 points? Come on, man.
He takes some nights off. He takes some nights off. He like against the Clippers, 16.
I just want to see the playoffs because when the playoffs come,
right?
Oh, it's coming.
That light get a little brighter.
We ready for the light. We ready for the light, Rick. We take that light and turn on 35 more of those lights, Rick, because we ready.
Thing with Garland.
Ready. Battle test.
Turnover machine.
I want to see when somebody watching you every night.
Oh,
and you ain't just playing on Bally's.
Bring it. Because the national games, he showed up and showed out. They remember getting put out. They heard Coach E's banter and talking trash. That's why Iron Man Allen is playing 82 games this year because he heard you, Coach E.
It's amazing to me that you still take that angle saying talking trash. All I'm doing is saying what happened, that it happened. So that's not talking trash.
In the past. But that's all right. It's gonna happen differently this year. We're going to that.
And that's all I'm asking for.
Lakers Cavs.
That's all I'm asking for.
Lakers Cavs.
I'm praying for that storyline. Either Lakers Cavs, that got a good storyline, or Lakers Celtics, that got a good storyline.
No, ain't no Celtics. It's Lakers Cavs. Or Cavs and whoever. Fill in the blank. Ain't no Lakers.
Look. Let me go here. Let me go here. Let's say it's like the NCAA tournament, and it's straight chalk, and the two number one seeds are in the finals, and it's the Cavs and the Thunder. You're Adam Silver. Hell, anybody that lives outside of Cleveland and Oklahoma City Thunder, does that NBA Finals interest you with the two number one seeds going at each other?
Yes. Does not move the needle. That is not for us, yeah, but nah, for everybody else, that does not move the needle.
But when you think about it, you got teams that's not only just dominating the league, you got dynamic players in Shea. You got Donovan. They walking buckets. You got the other guys that can turn up. I mean, these is teams. And just because it ain't Brian, Law and Order that Zen call him, and I love Brian. But just because it ain't Brian, Luca, and the usual suspects, you can't deny that this is not going to be the Spurs versus the Pistons. That was just fundamental trash heap basketball. I mean, we got dunkers, we got high flyers, we got Showtime on both sides of the chalk, man. So come on, that is a game.
Who
And
high
you know what?
flying on the Cavs?
Mobley, Allen,
Man, 7
Donovan.
feet.
Man,
High
Donovan dunking on people. You know when he dunked on Porzingis? You ain't see that?
I'll give you Donovan.
Y'all just don't like when Mobley and Allen dunk, but they catching lobs. At one point in the season, we was the dunkingest most team in the NBA, but nobody wanted to say anything.
Excuse me, Homer
The
Simpson.
lobbiness.
What we're telling you is they can't be high flying because they're 7 feet. That's all we're saying. Yeah, Donovan, you got a Donovan high flyer there. Yeah, okay. But that's it. That's where it stops. They dunk, yeah, because they're 7 feet. High flying is a Blake Griffin or a Jalen Green. Those are
He's
high
6'10".
flying type of guys.
They 6'10".
So you tell me Evan Mobley jumped that high? He was 6'10", yeah, but he jumped high as hell. And in all truth be told,
Oh yeah. Blake was a bad
Blake
boy.
Griffin
I
is
can't
really
take away from
6'8", 6'9".
Yeah, I can't take away from Blake. Yeah, Blake is the man. I can't take away from Blake. He jumped over a car, but
the
come on,
NBA,
man.
the NBA wants either the Lakers, Golden State, Denver, because the Jokic International, or the Timberwolves. That's who they want coming out of.
You say the
Timberwolves.
Now that's a surprising you say that.
Because of Anthony Edwards and that the Adidas machine. Like that, he's gonna have commercials, he's gonna, all of that. They want that. They want him coming out if anybody.
Anthony Edwards, that's a stretch.
In the East, I hate to say it, only person they really want is either the Celtics or the Knicks.
Yeah.
And are the Knicks even in playoff contention?
Yeah.
Yeah, they number 3.
They number 3. Yeah.
They battling 3-4.
So and I'm saying the Celtics or the Knicks purely on eyes, TV eyes. They're historic franchises, Bucks. Giannis,
so to answer that question, then that's not going to move the needle for the rest of the world, but for Homer Simpson here and everybody else in Cleveland and Oklahoma,
I'm watching.
Yeah, everybody gonna love it.
Ridiculous.
Ain't nobody gonna be in Los Angeles tuning in to the Cavs and Thunder. That's just not going to happen. So that is in turn going to be the Pistons and the Spurs because of the two small ass markets.
No, Pistons Spurs was shit basketball. It was just fundamental, boring, run up and down.
You talking basketball? We just talking about the teams, period, and the markets. Ain't nobody gonna watch it.
And the commentators and all that, the Stephen A's of the world, they really want the Lakers in there because now you got the LeBron story, you got the Luca, you got the Luca leaving, what's the name, and going back to the finals with. And then they gonna be saying, "Well, is LeBron's legacy because Luca took him?" It's so much to run with off of that. They praying LA go to the finals.
They ain't stopped with LA. They had LA the whole season. They had LA from the rooter to the tutor, before Luca, after Luca, and when they lose to the Cavs, it's a great storyline because Donovan gets to take over to LeBron. No, LeBron's always a forever hero, but the boys now is gonna stop them today.
Okay. You asked Calvin Perez Sr., boy. I'm like, come on, Dad, you gotta put some respect on LeBron's name, man. I was like, hey, would you get LeBron back in Cleveland? We guarantee the title. We don't need LeBron. I'm like,
no, yeah, we don't need LeBron. We don't need Bron.
So you saying that Bron wasn't playing for Cleveland wouldn't be a guaranteed title?
But if he was playing for Cleveland right now,
this season, absolutely. I would say if LeBron was on this Cavs team, I don't know who you take away from it. but it would
Yeah, exactly.
absolutely
I
in this
can't
NBA
agree.
landscape. In this NBA landscape
can't agree.
today, yeah, I would give them
Can't
the
agree.
title.
You, wait a
Can't agree. Can't agree.
Homer, you're
I
high.
would get rid of Garland.
See, but
Absolutely.
see, that's because y'all don't appreciate the jigsaw puzzle that is the Cavaliers team today. See, Brian
What has
is
they
ball dominant,
done?
man. What, man? We
Duh.
gonna get there.
Wait a minute, hold
We
on,
gonna
hold on.
get there.
Pause.
Brian too ball dominant, man.
Pause. No.
Stop.
No, because you just y'all argued me down off of this after the Luka trade. Man, you ain't been watching the Lakers lately, which I haven't.
Yeah,
And so he was
Austin
like,
Reeves.
man, he been playing
It
off
was
the ball
Austin
now.
Reeves.
He play off the ball
I
now.
thought y'all was
That's what
sleeping.
you said. I was about to say, like, come on
You
now.
was sleeping. I thought you was sleeping, Zen. I thought I could see that pass. Damn it. I was gonna get some emails.
Last game, Luka had 30. LeBron had 19.
And then this game tonight, when they lost, Brian had 28, Luka had 23, and Austin Reeves AR-15 had 24. Now you got them guys
Who's they
rolling.
playing?
Austin Reeves, they're playing OKC.
OKC.
They whooped their ass the other night.
You know
whooped
why they
OKC.
lost tonight?
Why? Because
Because of the
Brian.
game tomorrow. Nope, because of the game tomorrow.
What's the
Who
game
they play
tomorrow? Who?
Mavs at Dallas. Lakers at Dallas tomorrow.
They might lose that too now because they
No, that's
spent.
what that's what they mind at right now. That's
They
what
put in some-
they overlooking.
And they just had a back-to-back in Oklahoma with Oklahoma. So they're
Yeah.
going to lose one of those games. I hate that
Yeah.
schedule thing. They have to take that out. That's
They
a dumb
said
idea.
we're gonna give y'all this one because we saving up for tomorrow. We know we can get y'all in the playoffs.
Yeah,
But
I think
hold
they
up,
could beat
man.
OKC in the playoff.
Hold up. You wouldn't give up anybody on this Cavs team for LeBron
Man.
in a guaranteed championship?
Man, I love
Max
Brian, man.
Strus, get out of here. Isaac
I
Okoro,
love
get out
Brian.
of here.
But this team's so diverse. Okay, the Lakers, he off the
Oh, my
ball.
God.
It's two other guys out there. This team is diverse. I love the diversity of this team. Meaning, I love when guys come in off the bench. E hate it, Zen hate it. I love it. I love the jigsaw puzzle that is this team, man, because you put it all together. It's like Voltron. Brian is just the upper torso of the Voltron. You know, Luka and AR-15 is just the legs right now. Yeah, they had moments where they gonna thrive and strive, but Brian just Brian, man. He gotta be the man.
So Rick,
Boys
he
play
does
loose.
this thing, right? Where he just throws me and Zen in there and say we hate it. But we
Y'all
just
collective.
don't magnify it to the umpteenth degree
We hate
that
it.
he does. So he thinks that we hate it. Once again, we just say what has happened and what we have continuously seen and what we are hoping for. But since we don't put it on the pedestal that he does, he calls us haters for whatever reason. I don't
I
know
ain't the
what's
only
going on,
one.
Zan.
And what
Hud
we
agree.
haven't seen
Hud
is the
agree.
Cavs make a deep playoff run since LeBron was here.
That's all I'm
First
saying.
round, first year, first round. Well,
No,
first year
no.
play in, second year,
Lost.
first round,
Lost.
the third year, second round.
Lost.
Progression, baby. Progression. That's all I'm saying. Progression. What's after the second round? Progression. You know what I mean?
We don't
going to the
know
ship.
because they ain't made it past.
We winning.
We don't know.
And they ain't had Kenny A coach of the year. They about to have Kenny A coach of the year. We got 2 6 man of the year.
I guarantee
Think about it. 2 of them. Do them things.
you get Donovan Mitchell in the room and say, "Hey, who you want to let go to get LeBron?"
Isaac
no.
Okoro, Max
Him?
Strus,
Him,
Nope.
and
Dean
him.
Wade.
He ain't
Bron
gonna
Bron.
stay. Because Mitchell could have left. He could have left. Y'all had him going to New York. Zen and Evan, they was, he going to New York. Ain't no way he go stay. No, he stayed. And he said, keep the boys together. Like I told you they was going to do. They said, keep the squad together. Even Isaac Okoro, the core 4 plus 5, big 5, baby. Keep them together. Did he not say that?
Here's the
Yes.
pedestal. He's on it.
Ooh.
You.
Okay, look, I say I rest my case. I just can't wait to the playoffs. I will be over your house, making everybody mad and all this Cavalier gear. I might even wear deodorant.
Dang.
Making everybody mad.
On that note,
We keep it.
we got to get out of here on that note. All right, fellas. Hey, you hear that sound? You hear that sound. So you know what that means. Good pod, good pod. Maverick, aka Replacement Rick, aka I have problem calling you Pretty Ricky. That's just this hard one. I can't get that one off. But Ricky Perez, brother,
Did it.
appreciate you, man,
Did it.
for making yet another eventful pod for us tonight, man. Appreciate you, brother.
No problem.
All right.
Look forward to this weekend, man.
Yes, sir. So yes. Look, he's gonna be a. Can I tell the folks? Can I let them know what part he gonna play? Or do I gotta save that one? E.
Oh, no.
Okay.
When we go to the comedy show, the comedian don't tell us the jokes he gonna tell. We
Oh,
just show up
okay,
and have a good time.
okay. So you got to find out. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. So, but hey, Coach E.
Yes, West Side.
You got a post game word for the people.
Yes, I do, Zen. And this one is a little bit different than the normal one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, gather around, taking all eyes on me. I'm just going to take this opportunity to tell y'all again to get there at 6:30, April 12th, this Saturday, 5615 Perkins Road, Bedford Heights, Ohio, Bedford Heights Community Center. It will be a vibe. Trust me, the vibes will be soaked up by you, the consumer, and you, the listener, and you, the watcher. I can almost guarantee you a good time, but I'll just let you be the decider of that. So I will see you there. And guess what? I do have a word of the day already planned. I never do this. I always go off the top of the dome with these words, but this one is going to be a good one. With that being said, see you Saturday.
Thank you for tuning in to Game for All Seasons with Coach E. Remember to hit the like or subscribe button on Coach E's YouTube channel. To listen on the go, download wherever you get your podcasts. Also, make sure to follow Coach E on Instagram, X, and TikTok at BigF216. Contact us at www.perfecttimefitness.com for one-on-one or group training sessions. Our theme music provided by Mr. Taboo Timmons on SoundCloud at Mr. Taboo Timmons. Once again, thanks for listening and see you next week.